It's no secret that I'm gonna be running a couple accounts whenever Ragnarok Zero Global releases, right? And those couple accounts besides my main account are there to auto hunt for me all the time and get me as much Zenny and as much gear as possible. So I put a lot of thinking into it. A lot, and I've like made pros and cons of running different accounts and different characters on those accounts, and I thought I would make a tier list with my reasons why I think certain first jobs only, by the way, first jobs only, this doesn't apply to second jobs because a lot of things will change once second jobs come out, but why I think certain classes are gonna be my choice or would be my choice for auto hunting, like in the background 24/7 to get as many cards, as much gear, all this stuff, right? So let's start with an Acolyte. Acolyte was initially gonna be like an S tier class because of increased AG, and you just it. So I'm gonna define the target first, right? So my target is not gonna be anything above Cocos. Cocos are like the maximum target I'm gonna go with because I wanna get as many cards as I can, like early level cards. So like creamy cards, pupa cards, whatever else, right? I want to get as many silk robes as I can, so that's from creamies. I want to get as many coats as I can, that's from caramels, and I want to get as many hoods as I can, maybe sandals as well while at it. So it doesn't really get above caramels and cocos. That's about it. Like they do not go anywhere near higher levels. So this is where Acolyte really can be very, very powerful because the monsters don't have a lot of HP and you got increased AGI, so you just move in between the monsters very, very quickly, and you don't have to ever stop. That's a great thing. You just build an AGI, high AG build Acolyte, but then I thought, okay, I'm gonna have to definitely use a lot of gym passes on them for it to be worth it. And what I'm gonna do with this character after second jobs hit. So they get bumped down to A tier because I don't want to have a priest, honestly, on an alt. Like an auto farming priest on an alt doesn't sound that fun to me. If I were to have a priest, I would want to have one actively playable. So that would be my main character, and it's a personal thing. So they get bumped down to A for me, but it's still definitely a fantastic class, right? Archer, I think I would have to pick archers at B at best, if not like C maybe, for the purpose of what I'm trying to use them for, right? Is number one, you're gonna be using a lot of Zenny because of the arrows, so you have to buy silver robes. Keep making arrows with them, keep making quivers. It's just like an additional hustle, and they do not have enough weight capacity to do whatever I want them to do. So I could be making an archer. It's a very high chance I will be making an archer, but it would be an active play character. It would be like my main character, right? That would evolve later into being a hunter and whatever else, right? So definitely not one of those farming characters for me. Mage. Mage is probably like a B chance sort of thing that I would make. Mage is definitely up there when it comes to like farming the gear that I said, but it's like unnecessarily powerful for that purpose. And by having this amount of power, they're just not nearly as efficient. At least in my eyes, right? They're very efficient in terms of killing speed and leveling up, for sure, but that's not the point. The point here is to kill as many monsters as you can in the shortest amount of time. And they have to cast, they move slow, they have to sit down, they have to eat cheese, and so all of this is gonna waste a lot of time and not be very optimal in my opinion. Now, Merchant. I think Merchant's gonna go up to S tier. Like initially I thought it was not, but Merchant has, of course, the mega advantage. Oh, I'm sorry, my scar is kind of annoying me. Merchants have the mega advantage of having not only increased weight limit by themselves, but also having the cart. So that's a no-brainer, right? They move decently fast. If you give them a mount, I don't think you can use mounts. No, I don't think you can use mounts. So that argument doesn't stand. You can't use mounts in auto hunting. But yeah, they can move just fine, right? So just like any other character. No increased AG, unfortunately, unlike an Acolyte, but they definitely have this advantage of not having to spend like 40 euros on gym tickets and inventory expansions. And I would make a blacksmith later out of him or her, and that would let this character continue farming for me for like 24/7, 365 days a year, right? So that is definitely an S tier for me. And there's a high chance this will be the case, honestly, between the Acolyte and the Merchant. Next up, Swordsman. Yeah, there's one argument to be made against Merchants. I'm gonna come back to them. They do not have any like really good damaging skill. It's an AoE card revolution. That's it, right? It's gonna consume a lot of cheese. So you can make that argument that because you can level with them very quickly with card revolution. It's a very nice skill. But for like single target killing, like Bash, for example, is like a lot better for single target killing. So that's where Swordsman has the advantage. But Swordsman is coming into like a B tier, I think, which is probably gonna bump down these guys like this, right? That's gonna be the case. Swordsman comes into the B tier, honestly, in my opinion. Like it sounds nice because you can put points into strength, but then you're suffering in terms of survivability. So I don't know. It's just like one of those characters that I would make only for the purpose of farming like the lowest level things that I want, like one-shotting these things and moving on. If I had a plan of having a devotion crusader later on, but that's not the case. So they're gonna be B tier for me. They're not there. They're just not cutting it. Thief is gonna be like an A tier, like simply because of the consistency. You don't have to look after the Thief that much, in my opinion, and it's a perfect auto-hunting character. It goes like as a second job, it moves into an even better auto-hunting character with the Rogue. So it just has everything going for it, except for the buffs that the Acolyte has. So the buffs are like definitely taking the Acolyte up a notch, simply because increased movement speed, increased agi is just such a powerful buff when you're killing as many monsters as you can within like the shortest amount of time, if you're one-shotting all of these monsters. So like if my Acolyte can smash a pupa, for example, in one hit, and then move to another one in like 75% the time that the Thief would need, that's a lot more pupas killed than the Thief will kill. So that is a massive increase in the amount of loot that I'm gonna get and the amount of cards that I'm gonna get, like statistically, right? So that's my list for like AFK characters, like auto-hunting characters for the first job whenever the game releases it first. It would shift quite drastically, I think. Actually, maybe not. We'll think about it whenever the second job's released, because the Merchant's gonna go into a Blacksmith or Alchemist, perfect for AFK hunting all the time, right? Acolyte could go into Priest. If we get Duplight, that's gonna be... Duplight auto-hunting Priest is gonna be fantastic. It's just like hard to beat that. Rogue goes... Thief goes into a Rogue, same thing. Swordsman goes into a Knight, which is really strong as well. Just kind of... the Wizard gets... bumped down probably later to D. And what comes out of those guys? Hunters and what? Bards. Yeah, same thing. Probably not so good. Unless these guys would get weight increase with gym tickets and inventory expansions, all that silly stuff, they will stay in D. If they do get all this stuff in that investment from you, they will definitely go into like A tier. That would be cool. But just like... for the purpose of this video and the purpose of them existing, this is the list. So yeah, I'm probably gonna be making one character being a Merchant, the other character being a Priest or an Acolyte, and we'll see how that works. For the release, I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to become a member of the channels for like $1 a month or €1 a month. It's like with the button that says join below this video. And I will see you soon, hopefully at release very soon.